You can practice the latest VMware vSAN Specialist V5V0-22.23 questions from this video. 1. When attempting to add a directly attached disk device to a host disk group, the intended disk does not show among the available devices in disk management. Which action should be taken? A. Create a 1 GB metadata partition. B. Format the existing partition. C. Create a VMFS partition. D. Delete all device partitions. Answer: D. 2. A vSAN administrator is troubleshooting poor performance of vSAN cluster while vCenter is not available. The vSAN administrator decides to use a command line tool to monitor real-time vSAN IOPS, throughput, and other metrics on SC host. Which command line tool should be used? A. vimtop. B. ESXCLI. C. ESXCFG. D. vSAN top. Answer: D. 3. What are two purposes of a vSAN storage policy? Choose 2. A. To determine vSAN encryption level. B. To enable trim, unmap. C. To define how the VM storage objects are provisioned. D. To guarantee the required level of service. E. To enable deduplication and compression. Answer: C. D. 4. A vSAN administrator is using the vSAN Ready node sizer to build a new environment. While entering the cluster configurations, a fellow colleagues inquire about the operations reserve option. What is the purpose of using this option? A. Configures space for external operations. B. Provides space for internal operations. C. Reserves space for tolerating failures. D. Allocates space for vSAN upgrades. Answer: B. 5. The resyncing objects view in the vCenter UI reports that some objects are currently resyncing. Which two actions would cause this situation? Choose 2. A. DRS is relocating VMs between vSAN nodes. B. HA virtual machine monitoring forced a VM to reboot. C. A host failure occurs in the cluster. D. A change to the storage policy is applied to the objects. E. A VM snapshot is being deleted. Answer: C. D. 6. A vSAN administrator is receiving complaints that applications are not performing as expected. The vSAN administrator opens the vSAN cluster performance charts to try to identify the issue, but the vSAN cluster performance charts are not available. Which option should vSAN administrator enable to make these charts available? A. vSAN Performance Diagnostics. B. vSAN Troubleshooting Diagnostics. C. vSAN Performance Service. D. vSAN Troubleshooting Service. Answer: C. 7. Which two conditions should be verified before removing an SC host from a vSAN cluster? Choose 2. A. Resyncs are running. B. Data evacuation is complete. C. Performance service is disabled. D. Encryption is disabled. E. SC host is in maintenance mode. Answer: B. E. 8. The objects on a 4-node vSAN cluster are assigned a RAID 5 policy. A network outage occurs, causing host 1 to lose connectivity with the rest of the cluster. 75 minutes have elapsed. What is the health state of the objects? A. Reduced availability with no rebuild. B. Non-availability related incompliance, non-compliance. C. Reduced availability. D. Reduced availability with no rebuild, delay timer. Answer: A. 9. What is the purpose of host rebuild reserve in vSAN? A. Reserves space in case of single host failure. B. Allocated capacity for VCLS. C. Reconfigures data components. D. Stores vSphere HA heartbeats. Answer: A. 10. Which two actions are recommended when adding a host to a vSAN cluster? Choose 2. A. Disable vSphere high availability, HA. B. Create uniformly configured hosts. C. Reference the VMware compatibility guide. D. Disable vSphere cluster services, VCLS. E. Disable vSAN performance service. Answer: B, C.